Pretty much the epitome of my dorkdom happened about 2 years ago, and this is absolutely a true story. I was at my health club. I was riding the stationary bike at my health club, and I fell off. You know the bike that just sits there? I fell off the bike. I took a stationary fall. That's what I took, basically. Here's what happened. I'm just riding away, and I was reaching for a magazine. I don't even know. I think it was Dork World. I'm not positive. It was that issue on gravity, your enemy. And I'm reaching for it. It's just a little out of my reach. I'm reaching. I started to tip. Just an eensy-weensy little bit. But my feet were in those damn stirrup things. So I couldn't. I'm like, holy jeez, I am falling off the stationary bike. They are going to make me use training wheels. I'm going to be the only idiot wearing a helmet on the stationary bike. I'm safe now.
Hey there, and welcome to today's episode of Comedy from Home. This is the comedy show that comes to you from my office right here in my home in Southern California. I am, as always, your host, Don McMillan. Thank you very much. Thank you, really, for joining us. Today, I am declaring myself King of the Dorks. That's right. I believe I am the biggest dork there is. And I don't know if I have the authority to pronounce myself king, but I think after today's episode, when you see and hear this story, you will vote for me, if they had a vote, as the biggest dork there is. I'm fairly confident of that. And before I get to this story, that opening clip proves my dorkdom. That was from Tonight Show. That is a true story from the Tonight Show. So everybody in the world saw it about how I fell off a stationary bike. That's right. I fell off a bike that was just sitting there. I took a stationary fall. That's how big a dork I am. And this is not new for me. I've been a dork my whole life. Really, my whole life. I've been falling, hitting my head, tripping, amusing you people with my pain and my dorkdom. And I just figured out how to make a career out of it. So it's not new that I'm a dork. But I hit the pinnacle of dorkdom just last week. And here's what happened. There's a couple things you need to know. First of all, I'm a golfer. Those of you who know me, I've been playing golf my whole life. And right there, that tells you what a nerd I am. I was 13 years old when I started to play. And when I was a kid, nobody played golf. No kids played golf. It wasn't cool. Tiger Woods made it cool. It wasn't cool when I was a kid. Everybody played baseball or football or basketball. People would look at me, adults, and go, what's this kid's 13-year-old kid's problem? He's playing golf. What is he thinking, an old man? What's this? Nobody. Now, why did I love golf, by the way? Because I was a nerd. It's filled with physics, right? Vectors and launch angles and spin rates. I loved it. It is such a great nerdy sport. Here's the other thing you know about me and golf is that I always walk. Why? Because I'm an engineer and I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I don't want to pay for a cart. It's more efficient to walk. I burn energy and calories. I stay in shape. It's a better engineering solution. And the third thing you need to know is that I don't carry my bag anymore because I'm older and my back isn't what it used to be. So now I use a cart. And here's my cart right here. Right there. That's my cart. It's a great cart. Good, solid, four-wheel, solid, stable cart, right? And that was the cart I was using. And here's the thing. And the final thing that you need to know for this story about my golfing story is that the cart, and again, it's because I'm an engineer, nothing's ever broken, right, engineers? It never is. We can always fix it and somehow put it together. That's what engineers do. My favorite story about engineers is, how do you know an engineer has stayed at your house over the weekend? 3 things that were broken are now fixed, and 6 things that were working are now broken. That's just the way we are. We break things, we fix things. It's nothing's ever good enough. We can't leave it alone. And this cart is a perfect example of that. The brake broke, which rather ironic, don't you think? I mean, I should have seen that coming. It has the word brake right in it. It's a brake. It's going to break, and the brake broke. So I didn't want the car was perfectly good, except if it was on a hill, it would roll. So what I do is I would just be really careful. And when I park the cart, you can see where this is going. I'd make sure there was a rock there or a curb, and usually I was careful about that, but not last week. And now we get to the story. So I'm playing golf with my regular group of guys at Sterling Hills Golf Course, and I just finished the 4th hole. And I'm pushing my cart, and I noticed there's a restroom, so I figured I got to go use the restroom. So I put my cart on the cart path, and I go to walk to the bathroom. And as I'm walking to the bathroom, my friend Tom yells, "Don, watch out!" And I turn to see that my cart has started to roll down a very slight hill. It's not a big hill, but now it's gotten to a little bit steeper hill, and now it's going pretty good, and now it's going down a bigger hill right into a lake. That's right, into a lake. And I don't even see it hit the lake. I just hear the because it's over the top of the edge. And, well, luckily for you people, not for me, but luckily for you, my friend Dean in the group pulled out his phone, thank you, Dean, and filmed the aftermath of my cart rolling down the hill. And now I present to you the day Don McMillan put his cart in a water hazard. Roll the tape.
it's heavy. Oh, there's water in there. And my glasses. It's not bad once you're in here. It's the hard part's up there. Water in here. You know what? Here, hand me the car. Oh my God. Oh, he's gonna clean my bag.
Oh my God. Check for fish.
Impressive how much water is in there.
Yes, that really happened to me. I put my golf bag and cart in a water hazard. I can't even hit the fairway with my golf bag and my cart. I put it in a hazard. What's the golf rule, by the way? Is it 2 club lengths? Do I get to put my cart 2 club lengths from the water? I don't even know. But I do. I have to laugh at that video because it's pathetic and funny at the same time because what my favorite moment actually is when I managed to separate the very heavy bag because it's filled with water. I separate the cart from the bag and I hand it to Tom and it is dripping, literally dripping with green slimy moss. And that slimy moss is everywhere, by the way, including the back of my car. And my car still smells like swamp, by the way, like 4 days later. So it totally smells like swamp. It was gross. It was disgusting. And if you wondered, by the way, my phone was in fact in my cart. And this is absolutely true. It just kept getting worse. I got my bag, I got everything out, I put my shoes and socks back on, I'm looking for my phone, I realized it's not in my bag anymore. It had fallen out! It had fallen out of my bag, it was still in the lake. I swear, I took my shoes and socks back off, went back in the lake. My friend Mike thought I was crazy. Leave the phone, it's not going. No, I found it. I searched the bottom of the lake with my hands, found the phone. It didn't work. But so I got a new phone. I'm pretty psyched. It's a nice one. But that is an absolutely true story. I hope you enjoyed that. I believe it qualifies me as King of the Dorks. And please, if they call and ask you to vote, please vote for Don McMillan, King of the Dorks. In the meantime, I have a video coming up. I hope you enjoy it. It's filmed in front of a live studio audience with real laughs. In the meantime, I'm going to stay dorky, and hopefully you're going to keep laughing. Stick around. Here comes your video. I think by the way, I am a nerd. Let's get this out of the way. Somebody called me a geek. Yeah, I do think nerd is better than geek. Yeah, I'm not a geek. I'm not. And if you want to know the difference, actually, I have a Venn diagram to show you the difference. Don't all comics use Venn diagrams? I had no idea. So to be a nerd, you have to be smart, socially awkward, and obsessed. If you're all three of those things, this centerpiece right there, you are in fact a nerd. Smart, socially awkward, and obsessed. Geeks tend to fall in this category. They're smart and obsessed because they go to conventions and conferences. There's comic book geeks, Star Trek geeks. Those are geeks. They get dressed up. They socialize. Engineers don't. We sit at home and send emails. Now, if you're smart and socially awkward, you're a dork. And let's face it, nobody wants to be a dork. So if you're a dork, you quickly become obsessed, and then you burn nerd. And if you're socially awkward and obsessed, you're a stalker.